Hi everyone, it's Audrey and welcome back to Chapter and Converse. Today's video is going to be the beginning of my NaNoWriMo vlogging sort of thing that I'm gonna try. So, I don't know, it's November 2nd, it's Saturday. I, in no way, shape or form, was gonna have it together yesterday to do any kind of recording before I went to work because I am that girl who is down to the wire running out the door to catch the train every single morning, no matter how hard I try. And I actually had a social life last night, so there was no way you were seeing me last night as an update. But I did write on the way to work, on my way home last night, and I also wrote a little bit at lunch yesterday, which was great. So I cranked out like just over 3,000 words yesterday, which was so good. So good, such great progress. And I am about 250 words shy of today's writing goal, so I need to crack on with that and get to it. But I have started my story. I am quickly figuring out that by not plotting ahead and planning, I have a lot of problems with trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. And this is how I function. Like I am a discovery writer. So I like to have like a few things kind of mapped out, but for me, I would say always the first draft is, it just goes where it's gonna go. And sometimes I have a little sense of a couple of things, but for the most part I don't. Or maybe I have a couple scenes in mind, or I have a couple characters in mind. You know, I jot down notes and things like that, but as I am writing, I'm realizing like, oh, okay, you know, I need to figure out what this historic secret is, and I need to figure out sort of what the core problem is with the character who's going to wind up getting murdered, and I do know who I'm killing, between her and the other characters, and like what's gonna give them motive. I haven't figured out who's done it yet. Again, it's day 2, so I haven't quite figured anything out yet, but I have a lot of plot holes. And basically what I want to try and do, I want to get to my proper word count today, so I'm like in a good place, but try and do some more brainstorming tonight and kind of run through sort of a list of really horrible things that can happen, a list of horrible things that people can do to one another, a list of horrible things that would motivate people or give people motive to kill someone. So that's how I'm gonna spend my Saturday night, but it's going well. I'm proud of myself for being where I am for day 2, and it has been a very long time since I have worked on a new project. I have been toiling in the same project for a really long time. So it feels good to sort of be in new characters, be in a new city, so to speak, in my book. The book I was working on, which I will go back to, is set in Boston, and then the book I'm working on now is set in San Francisco and sort of outside the city, so very much inspired by the trip that I took there over the summer. And it's just fun kind of creating some new characters. I haven't quite figured out people's names, which is another thing I need to brainstorm tonight, because one of my very pivotal main characters, he doesn't have a name yet, and he needs a name, and it's very hard to keep typing and writing like name to come, name TK, name TK. So I would like to figure out the proper name for him. I'm pretty sold on my main character's name and her husband's name, but I need a name for this guy, and I need a name for my murder victim. And right now, this is so awful. I don't know if anybody else who is a writer does these types of things. Her page holder name is the name of a girl I used to know who I'm not fond of, and what I don't want to do is get too deep into the book and have it be the name and project too much stuff about her. But you know how you have associations with names, whether you've had a good relationship or a bad relationship, or good experience or bad experience with the person, and every time you hear that name, that's what you think of. So unfortunately for this girl, her name is the space holder for a murder victim in my book, but I need to change that too. So I have a lot of things I need to work on tonight, but I am going to get on to that. I took a lovely walk earlier today. I was hoping that would bring me all sorts of inspiration Basically all it brought me was Starbucks and some wonderful, beautiful fresh air, but it's okay. It's totally good. It's good. It's good. This is how I roll. This is how it goes. I hopefully will be this optimistic a week from now. First couple days are always sort of that delusion of everything's beautiful and fabulous and wonderful. So I will keep you guys posted. It is daylight savings tonight, which means I get an extra hour to sleep, which I desperately want. It might be obvious looking at me. I did not get a ton of sleep last night, and I don't know. Maybe my concealer is working a little bit of magic and I don't look as bad as I feel. But I am going to go knock out a couple of chores, knock out the rest of my writing, and I will check in with you guys in a little while. So it is later on Saturday. I just passed the 5,000 word mark, so I am ahead of schedule, which is great, and I am just calling it for now because I'm a little bit fried. So I'm trying to work a little bit on my playlist. I am one of those people who always has something going in the background. I cannot write in dead silence. So sometimes I will write with the TV on, but more often than not, I try and just write with music in the background, and I'm trying to kind of curate my playlist of songs that are going to remind me of my characters or inspire my characters. Kind of the way I'm starting and my thought process is, it is a group of friends who met in college. So I am trying to sort of be inspired by the music that would have been all the rage that they were listening to in the 90s. So basically I am tapping my own college experience, and then they are all getting together now kind of around a birthday celebration is the reason why they're kind of having this reunion and bringing people back together again. I think I have found the name for one of the main characters, but I think I'm going to change the name of my main female character because nothing feels right. And I have all these lists of names that I've come up with for other books, and I just kind of keep reading them and nothing is feeling right. So I want to try and focus a little bit on that. But for now, I am going to make some dinner, and then I kind of want to watch some TV because I haven't done that all week for anything other than baseball. So I think I'm going to kind of just indulge a little bit tonight, and I'm definitely going to shop the Sephora VIB sale because I have a problem. But I'm just going to get a couple things and have like a lot of self-control. I don't actually need makeup. So I would like to buy one of those insanely large Nest candles. I know this is like so interesting, right? But I want to like set the mood when I'm writing, and I'd love to have candles going, and why not get one when it's 20% off, because those giant candles last forever. And I need a little shampoo product, and that's kind of it. So nothing crazy, but I'm going to focus on some non-writing things to hopefully get my brain to come up with some ideas when I'm not trying. And I would bet the farm that I'm going to come up with something when I'm in the shower, because that is where I get my best ideas usually, because I can't write them down. So I have to try and repeat them to myself over and over the whole time. But I'm going to get to all that kind of stuff, and I probably won't check in with you guys again today, but I will see you tomorrow and let you know how day 3 is going. Sunday. I am sitting outside, which I know might be kind of crazy because it's a little bit cool out, but I just got home from a long walk and had a little bit of a plot breakthrough. So it's day 3 of Nano. I did my word count for the day. I actually wrote 2,500 words today, which is nuts, but NaNoWriMo tip: if you need to get some words, write dialogue, because it goes fast, and even if it's not all completely relevant, you will find some nuggets in there. But it helps to get word count up. It helps to try and find voices for your characters. I think it helps me at least to flesh some stuff out and at least get some speech patterns going. Not really like catchphrases, but trying to kind of make more distinct voices between my different characters and make them more distinctive. But I have been struggling to kind of figure out sort of what this big secret is going to be that my characters are hiding. And I had an idea for a secret. So I do need to do a whole bunch of research still on it, but the point is to not get bogged down in research right now. So I'm just going to kind of run with what I've got. Need to do some research to fill some of these plot holes, and then we'll see where that all goes. But it is, I don't know, it's like 3 o'clock on Sunday, I think, at this stage of the game. I have so much to do today. I need to paint my nails. I have so much more I want to do. I even got up early, and it's daylight savings, so we got an extra hour today, and I still feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. But I am reading still Someone We Know by Sherry LaPena, and I have, I think, maybe like 70 pages left in the book. My goodness. And I'm loving it, and I really just want to sit down and read the book and not do other things. So we'll see sort of where the rest of the day takes me, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This is the second Sherry LaPena book, that I have read. I read The Couple Next Door, and I'm loving this one a whole lot more, even though I really liked that book. I read it a couple years ago when it first came out. So that's kind of the excitement for today, which means that there's none. I have read, written, cleaned a lot, because that seems to be what I do on Sundays. Like I said, I went for a great walk. It's starting to get cooler and like super clouded over now, which is a bummer. And it's also going to get dark really soon. So I am going to get back to a little bit of writing, because I did have some thoughts during my walk and I want to jot them down before I forget them. But I wanted to check in with you guys too before I kind of got too down a path. And I think I'm going to make myself a big cup of hot coffee, because it's a little bit chilly and it's sort of like all the feels. I just love fall so much. So I'm not complaining about how cool out it is. I'm loving layers and scarves and jackets and hats and everything that goes along with it. But that is what's going on for me today, and I will keep you guys updated on how the writing is going. So that's that. Bye. Hey everybody, it is Wednesday. It is like 7 o'clock. It is p.m. in case you couldn't tell based on the way I look, which is the end of a very long day. But I realized I didn't do any kind of catch up yesterday about NaNoWriMo. So it's day 5. I have written for 5 days straight. I am up to almost 16,000 words, which is incredible. I don't know. I'm just feeling very proud of myself. Week 1 is usually like you come out swinging, so we'll see if I can keep up the pattern. But I have been writing on the way to work, on the way home from work, and at lunch, and I've managed to squeeze in some quiet lunch times, and that I've just sort of gotten away from my desk and have had like work email on one side and then my iPad on the other side. And I have to say, from a game-changing standpoint, so I am crap at typing on my iPad. And this is in no way sponsored, but I got this, sorry, I just got a text message, so I didn't want that to pop up, keypad that you like pop your iPad into, so it makes it like a mini computer. And it's amazing. I got this on Amazon over the summer, partially, I'm not gonna lie, with this in mind. And it's been totally game-changing for me. And I'm filming on my phone right now, and I still never know where to look. But I'm officially 15,718 words, 58 pages, which like we can take that for what it is. But yeah, it's all happening. Ooh, it's super whited out. But like me, there you see. See, I'm writing. So I'm having some plot stuff going on, in that I had mentioned in my other video. So I am very much a pantser in the sense that I am a discovery writer. I figure out stuff as we go. And then usually once I get through a first draft of things, then I'll go back and try and outline and figure out where scenes fit and figure out what's missing. So I don't know that I would call that a strategy, but if we could, that would be my strategy. So I think I have finally figured out one of the secrets. So this is another thriller mystery. I decided very early on who I wanted to kill. So I had some loose characters. I had a person in mind that I wanted to murder. I haven't murdered that person yet, but I needed that person to threaten to reveal a secret of some of my other characters, but I didn't know what that secret was going to be. And I think I have come up with the secret. So it's kind of evolving a little bit, but I would say at lunch today and on the way home from work today, I'm kind of like down a path with what the secret's going to be. But what's happening and what's surprising me and what's concerning me, and which I'm not sure if I'm going to stick with this, is in order to sort of reveal the secret and explain the secret, I'm going back in time. So I'm going back to, I was originally going back to my characters being in high school, and as I was walking home from the train tonight, I'm thinking I might put them in college because I think they need to be a little bit older for some of the stuff to be okay, because I think I'm pushing it a little bit by having them be in high school. So I'm writing possibly some high school stuff, and I'm writing it from a male perspective, which is scaring me to death because who am I to write from a college now, was doing like a 17-year-old boy's perspective. But that's what I feel like makes sense. So I don't know. It's going to demand a ton of research in order to like figure out voice or anything. I've never written a male perspective of any age before. I've always done first person female, typically have done females my age or the younger version of me, like a 20-something me. But I haven't done teenagers before. I've done college. I haven't done teenage anything, and I've never done guys before. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but this is just where it's going. And that's sort of like the whole magic of the discovery writing, is you figure out where things go. So that's kind of what's happening there. So I am doing some super exciting stuff like making dinner and making lunch for tomorrow. I'm like a broken record. We have another giant event at work tomorrow night that runs till 8:30, so I know I'm going to be there late, and there's been a lot of prep and planning and pressure and all that good stuff. A lot of these events revolve around the same person in my office, who's a very senior, who is justifiably and understandably very demanding and has very high standards, which are all great things, but it puts a lot of pressure on the person helping to execute the event. So that is tomorrow. Thursday, there's another event, but I shouldn't be caught up late in the tangle. And then TGIF, can't wait for the end of the week already. But that's kind of it. I mean, it's, it's a work day, it's a work week. I don't tend to do anything other than work during work weeks because my commute is long and I'm tired and I'm doing NaNoWriMo. I did, though, I finished Someone We Know by Sherry LaPena. And I loved it. Such a good book, such a fan. I might have already said this in a different video, but if I haven't, I did finish that. And then last night, I attempted to pick up The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, which is the second book in the Truly Devious trilogy. And I was shattered last night by the time I sat down to read, and I think I read 15 pages of the book. So my goal tonight is to wrap up what I'm doing here in the kitchen. I've hit my word count for the day. I also went back and was writing last night because I had some ideas. I'm going to try and just jot down some notes so I have a starting point for tomorrow morning when I'm writing, and not go full-fledged writing tonight to save myself some time. And my goal is to hunker down with my book and do some of that tonight, because I will say I am really missing reading, which is the downfall of trying to write all day long. So that's me. That's, I was going to say Wednesday. It's Tuesday. So that is my Tuesday update, and I will check back in tomorrow. Maybe not. We'll see. I'll check back in on another day. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it is November 7th, Thursday night. I just got home from work, and I thought I would check in quickly because I know as soon as I start doing other stuff, I'm going to forget about this, and then I'm going to not want to do this. So it is day 7 of NaNoWriMo. This is easy because it's the month of November, and I am officially at 22,034 words. So I have been sticking to my writing on my commute, which has worked out really great for me. I actually got up early a couple mornings too and was writing a little bit before I even got out of bed. Like literally have my laptop next to me and just drag it into bed and type away for a little bit. So whatever, it works, whatever works. Sorry, this is like shaky cam. I don't know how people vlog and hold on to the phone at the same time. But anyway, things are good. I am tired. We wound up being at work until 9 last night for the event, which went super well, but was just a lot of pressure and stuff, but it all went really well, and there was a great team of people that worked on it. And the folks who came, who we hosted the event for, were super gracious and super lovely. So all in, yay, props, all good stuff. And there was still some good buzz going around the office about the event today. So yes, I'm feeling good about myself. And then from a writing standpoint, I'm feeling pretty good too, in the sense that like I haven't hit like the proverbial writer's block just yet. And the discovery writing is continuing to be discovery. So I am kind of coming up with ideas as I go along. I am still kind of sticking with the point of view of one of the guys in the story, and I'm still not quite sure how that's going to work because I don't know that I can pull off a guy's voice. So I'm going to have to do like a fair amount of, I feel like, research on how men talk because I want it to feel authentic, especially when I'm dealing with like what is now kind of college guy. I think, like I talked about this in another video, I'm not going to do the high school part like I thought it was. I'm going to do college. So anyway, it's going well. I have sort of shifted back into my female first person point of view, present tense. The guy perspective is in the past. So it's a little bit more comfortable being in the female point of view. I have my murder victim has showed up at the house. She's not dead yet, but I'm planting the seeds about why multiple people would want to kill this woman, because that's what the thriller is all about. So I'm enjoying it so far. It sounds funny to say I'm enjoying my book so far. I'm enjoying the writing. It's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of like to research, to come back to. One of the things I learned from listening to one of V.E. Schwab's podcasts, one of the many podcasts she was on that I listened to, was to make sure you're not getting bogged down in all of it and just to write everything out and then go back and edit it. So it's going to be a much more heavily edited story, which I think is fine. And I think usually I tried to write more story through and through. And I think part of it was just procrastinating while you're in it and being like, oh, what's the name of the street in town in San Francisco? I should stop what I'm doing, get on a map, and look that up. So I was doing a lot of that with my other story. And this time I'm just putting like placeholders of like, come back, research, come back, plot point, research, time of day, research, all of that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I'm trying something new on all fronts. Geez, I look awful. So anyway, that's where I'm at. It's day 7. Like I said, it's going well. I'm still having fun with it. We're still in that sort of newbie feel of NaNoWriMo is fun, and it hasn't totally kicked my ass yet. And I'm in a good spot. I'm ahead of schedule, which is good. It feels good to be writing every day. I'm still missing reading. I'm on like page, I think like 40 of The Vanishing Stair. I didn't read anything last night because I got home so late and just crashed, and have just been writing constantly. So I'm going to try and read a little bit tonight. I'm going to try not to write tonight, which I know sounds kind of silly that I'm trying not to write, but I also would love to just kind of zone out in front of the TV for a little bit just to get a little change of scene. And good God, I'm looking at the background of this camera and my apartment's a mess. My home is officially a mess. I have basically abandoned all things taking care of my apartment this week. So it is supposed to drop to like the upper 20s overnight tonight in New York. So tomorrow morning is going to be a whole lot of hello winter. So I also need to dig out some boots tonight. Not snow boots, but just sort of like something other than the shoes I've been wearing to commute to work. So I need to do a little bit of that. I already have the hat and gloves out and stuff like that, but I need to get some boots out. I need to get a little bit of stuff together. I need to wash my hair. So all that's going to happen. But anyway, you don't care about that. So that's where we're at. Day 7. Life is good. Still alive, still breathing, still loving writing. Haven't freaked out completely yet. And I still don't know where to look when I'm talking into the phone. So I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hey, everybody. It is Friday, the 8th of November. It is like 6 o'clock. I just got home from work. I just popped in some laundry and I thought I would sit down and talk updates on Nano. So I'm so happy the week is over. For anyone who is in the New York Northeast area, we literally went from like 50 degrees to like 27 degrees when I left for work this morning. It was crazy. It's so cold outside. So it is like officially feeling like winter. I'm not ready for that. They're talking about maybe snow flurries in the next couple of days, which I'm not ready for. But I was like crazy bundled up, like hat, scarf, boots, winter coat, the whole nine. Everything came out today. So the work week ended on a good note, which I'm happy about. I'm always happy to see another week in the can as it is. And for Nano, I am like 200 words shy of 25,000 words, which is halfway for the Nano goal of 50,000 words. It's insane. I'm like insane with myself, and make no mistake, this is not like a grand masterpiece of writing that's happening right now. Easily half of this will wind up on the cutting room floor eventually, but the magic of the discovery writing is I am just writing stuff, writing ideas. Shocker, my battery's gonna die. Okay, let's try that again. One of these days, I'm gonna check this thing before we start. But anyway, I'm feeling good just about the motivation to write, the sticking with it writing. 100%. The train commute is the #1 reason why I'm as far as I am along at this stage. It is just uninterrupted time where I can sit and write for over an hour every day, which is great. I had mentioned I was getting up early some mornings to write a little bit before work, and then I was sneaking in sometime around lunch when I could to write. So all in, it's helping, and then some nights I was writing when I got home too. So either way, it's good, it's good. So we'll see. I'm starting to have some different ideas. I literally still don't know who killed my person, so I'm still planning to kill the same person. I just haven't figured out who's going to do it. I'm giving lots of people motive. I am at the stage where it's super early. So far I like all of my characters except for the person I'm trying to murder. So I need to sort of get unattached to some people. Some people don't even have names. Some people have placeholder names. So we'll see where it leads. But I'm having some ideas about how to structure the book. Trying to keep it interesting but not too obvious with like the whodunits, and I'm just not making sense. Anyway, I'm having fun so far. I have a lot to figure out, and I think I'm gonna spend some time this weekend trying to do a little more plotting, not outline per se, but now that I've got like a whole bunch of scenes written and I've started to get a little bit of flow of things, I need to kind of find a direction to go in, because otherwise I'm just gonna really write aimlessly, and it's gonna start to be pointless. So I think I'm gonna try and map some stuff out this weekend, and depending on how that goes, I'll share some of it with you, I guess, but not really plot points, because I'm kind of like superstitious about that stuff and it also won't really make sense. But maybe I will show you a little bit about the process for how I literally like map stuff out on the wall. Other than that, I bought some books yesterday on Amazon. They should come tomorrow, so you'll see them when they get here. I also found out I won a Goodreads giveaway. It hasn't come yet, so I'm super excited for that. So when that happens, I will show it to you guys. I've won one before, but this one I'm particularly excited about. So cliffhanger, stay tuned for that. And then I feel like I've mentioned this, iPad, sorry. I'm really struggling with staying organized at all lately. And I used to be really good with I can't with like the digital calendar. Like I just can't. I have to write stuff down. I have to have Post-its. I have to like visually, I'm a very visual person. I need to see stuff in front of me. I need to cross it off a list. I need to crumple up the Post-it when it's done. I need to post it right in front of my face so I can see it. So I tried to kind of like quasi bullet journal. It's just too much effort. I can't. I love people who can do it. I have so much respect for people who can do it. I have done sort of like some, like I enjoy like my reading journal that I have, and I'm trying to do a little bit for Nano and do kind of a writing one to track everything that I'm doing. But like on a realistic day-to-day life basis, I can't calendar and sort of live through a bullet journal. And then I'm trying like an all-in-one journal where I'm just writing everything down into one place, which is helping a little bit, but it doesn't help with like the calendar planning part of life. So And I tried like a desk calendar and it didn't work. So basically, I'm gonna hold it up this way because my address is on the other side. I bought a new Erin Condren planner, and this is a new one that came out this year. I had tried her like massive life planner thing, and I couldn't get it to work for me. It was more than I needed for sure, and it physically was just too big. It was not the kind of thing I could throw in my bag and go to work with every day. It was too much. Can we just talk about like how cute her wrapping is? So I love the concept of her organization. I love the physical look and feel of her things. So I decided to try one of her simpler planners this time, and I got some. Oh my god, it's funny, like you order stuff like a week ago and like a week ago, and I totally kind of forgot what I got. So I'll start with the planner itself, and then I'll show you the couple little accessories that I got, because they did have a promotion. I love to shop on a sale. So this is called the Focused Planner, and this is new for this year. So I got it in this lovely gray. I'm a simple girl. There also were only a couple options. I think there was navy also. And it's got this nice like textured cover to it. And this is January to December 2020, vegan leather. And it just is a very straightforward planner. Let's see if it focuses. Atta girl. So it's nothing fancy. There's no bells and whistles to it. You get sort of the calendar snapshot, and then you have a page where you can do like a task list. Not sponsored, by the way. Task list. There's like a bullet journal part. None of this is gonna focus. Anyway, I'll link it down below. And then you do have like a week-to-week spread. You guys see that? I know this is annoying. But then I can sort of write everything in here, and it's got a place for notes. You can map some stuff out. It's like, I feel like it gives me like a little bit more creative freedom. It's got some of these nice little strings, so you can mark some pages in it. It's got a couple strings, so you can mark some pages in it. I can put my Post-it notes in here. I can really kind of make it my own. I think there's another section in the back for just like some more blank pages for some notes on it, which is great. I think I'll be able to map out some booktube stuff in here, hopefully some writing things, maybe some wish listy type of things, but it's very straightforward, to the point, easy breezy, perfect size. Put it in my bag so I can have it for work and for personal, kind of have it all like intermingled. Love it. Super excited about this. And then, because there was like a promotion on some of like the little kitschy things, so I got myself some stickers. She has stickers, and this is really for my Nano, one of the things. So these are all just like little dots, so they're kind of like little, I'm using it as like a reward system. So it's like every time you hit a certain word count, that way I can kind of decorate my calendar with different things. And also I've got the heart planning ones because I thought they were super cute too. So you can mark different days and just, it's like getting a gold star for being a good writer. And then I got this, I don't know if you see this like washi tape, there you go. And it's like these cool little flowers. So I thought I could decorate my little journal that I have for it. It was like a couple of bucks, and it's 16 feet, 2 rolls. This should last me a lifetime. And then the last thing I got, which you can like decorate your little book with, or just, I don't even know what you're supposed to do with this thing to geek out on. It's called Flair. I don't know if anyone remembers Office Space, where you want to have your flair. It's basically just, I don't even know. I might like even put it on my keychain. I'm such a dork. I know it. It's totally fine. And then it's got the little flower on the back, which is like her little thing. Don't mind my crappy manicure, which needs to get fixed. So anyway, that didn't come out very clear. But I got myself a couple little trinkets and things. I'm very excited. I'm gonna give myself some awards for all the good work that I've done this week with my writing. So that is my week in a nutshell. I think I'm gonna end this vlog here. I know you're not really seeing, I don't even know if you could call this a vlog, week 1 of Nano. Like I said, super pleased. I'm putting my box away here, and I will keep you guys posted. I think I'm gonna continue to document. It's kind of interesting for me too, to just sort of see the journey. And again, I am realistic. Week 1 is always kind of like a bursting out of the gate type of a situation for me. And then kind of like any writing, the longer you do it, the harder it gets, the muddy middle. I do still need to kill my person, so that should be interesting. And then I need to have, you know, sort of the subsequent, how do we get out of this kind of situation? And then I need to figure out some of my original mystery and how it all intertwines and my characters. So there's a lot to figure out, but I am gonna do a little plotting this weekend, see what happens. And yeah, I've got a hair appointment tomorrow. This is very exciting stuff. I don't want a lot of it cut, so I'm always afraid to get a haircut because I feel like they always do more than I ever want. And then I'm really just kind of catching up on life a lot this weekend. So nothing crazy. It's supposed to be cool but beautiful outside, and I'm looking forward to sleeping. I honestly am looking forward to sleeping. It's been a long week. So those are my plans. I also mentioned last night that I was gonna like zone out in front of the TV. I have almost totally caught up with This Is Us. I talked about this in a different video where I watched like the first episode and I was kind of like meh on it. And then Miracle of Miracles, I had like 5 or 6 on my DVR. And I was like, all right, I was gonna blow them all off and just like watch it on Hulu at some point. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like give it a go. It got me. It got me this year. I don't love every storyline. I don't love every character. We don't have time to go too deep into it. I 100% cried. There are some great episodes. I am loving the flashback where it's now when the teenagers, where they're in college, it's after Jack has died. So we're seeing sort of the post, it's like the year after Jack died and where they're all at. So I'm enjoying that a lot. I've always been a fan of Kevin. I'm enjoying current Kevin. I don't want to say too much in case you guys haven't seen even from last season, but I'm loving Beth and Randall. I just love them. I just love them so much. So I'm sucked back in. I've got nothing. I'm completely sucked back in. I have 1 episode left and then I am current. So yeah, maybe I just needed like a real therapeutic cry and that's what needed to happen. And then I'm also going to get back to the Vanishing Stair. I read again like 15 pages last night. I was so tired. It's as far as I got. I also watched a lot of This Is Us, but those are my updates. So I am barely reading. I am watching a small amount of TV and I'm writing up a storm, and I'm gonna leave you on that high note. So thank you guys. I know that talking about writing is not the same. So for anyone who is watching these, thank you so much. If anyone is doing Nano, I hope you are doing great. I am cheering for you from my side of the camera. Let me know if you are writing, and I will pick this up in week 2 of Nano. And hopefully things will continue on such a fabulous streak. But thanks guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.